Welcome back, everybody. So, episode 4 of Gotham aired last night, and I've literally just finished watching it. Now, before I go actually into the review, there has been a couple people that have said, why haven't I done an in-depth review on each episode? It's strictly because I don't have the time. It gets aired here, it gets aired in America in the middle of the night here. I don't get to see it until I get up, and then I only have about 20 minutes before I actually have to go to work, so hence the reason why they're a little bit of a rushed review. One day I will do more of an in-depth review on Gotham. Now, going back on to episode 4, named The Demon's Head, it's basically a carry-on from the last episode where Bruce Wayne purchases the dagger for £2 million to try and keep Ra's al Ghul from purchasing the knife as well. And in this episode, you actually get a little bit of a hint on why Ra's al Ghul wants this dagger so much, which I'm not going to tell you because if you haven't seen the episode, I don't want to spoil it for you. But it is a very interesting little plotline. You also get to see Bruce Wayne working with Detective Gordon in this episode as well, which I actually thought was a nice touch. You don't actually see Bruce Wayne jumping off rooftops and fighting crime in this one. You actually get to see quite a big bulk of Bruce Wayne, which actually is a nice subtle touch because you also see his development as well, how he is developing his detective skills, and who better to work with than Detective Gordon. That being said, there is a point in this episode with Bruce Wayne where he has to make a decision, and it's a very, very good scene. You could see it as a very powerful scene, which I actually really, really enjoyed. He's got faced with a decision where he doesn't want to give the dagger up, or something else happens. Like I said, I don't know how many of you have actually seen this episode, so I don't actually want to give it away. So it's a very, very interesting scene. You also get to see quite a fair bit of Ra's al Ghul in this episode as well, which I actually really did enjoy. You get to see him. There's a very interesting bit in this episode at the end when he. It's a very, very interesting bit, which I cannot wait to see the development of. All in all, I'm just loving that part of the Gotham storyline. You also get an introduction to a new villain in here called, and the name has completely gone. I've done a complete blank. I cannot remember the name. Anubis, sorry, my bad. Who I originally thought, and I haven't got the time to really look on Google, who I thought was a fanatical martial arts expert, and he's more of a humanoid dog. But like I said, I haven't had a big chance to do any kind of research on this yet. He's in this. He's basically in there to hunt down a boy. You don't get to see too much of him as such, and his not demise, but the way he kind of exits this episode is kind of very simple and understandable at the same time. But I need to do a bit more research on that character, quite a bit more. Or if any of you guys know, put it in the comments down below. Now, the most interesting storyline in this episode for me, is the Falcone family being back. Sophie Falcone being in here. She basically come back in the last episode and said, I will basically take back Gotham from the Penguin. Now, when you first see a few scenes of her, she looks with her and the Penguin, she looks very, very vulnerable, extremely vulnerable, and you almost think, it's like, how are you going to take the city back from Penguin? Later on in the episode, it understands why it is big of a master plan, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how this plotline develops and how the Penguin does actually get taken off his kit, or throne I should say, in Gotham. Really, really, really interesting. And you also get to see a bit with the Penguin and the Riddler. Well, obviously, as you know, the Riddler hasn't come back quite as... He's not as brainy as what he used to be, but you do get to see a little bit of emotion from the Penguin towards the end, and I'm wondering if that is going to be played on later on in this series. Very, very interesting. I really, really did enjoy this episode quite a lot. Like I said, you don't get to see Bruce Wayne jumping off rooftops or the development of Batman. It's more the development of Bruce Wayne, which is actually really, really good. The only thing I would say is that I'm hoping now the series is going to gather a little bit more momentum. I'm not saying I'm not liking it. It just needs to. It's not boring either. I just like to see a bit more of the brutality and the kind of. I just want to see more of the development of the storyline now. So. I do apologise if that was a bit quick. I do apologise if it was a bit all over the place. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time to do these reviews. One day, I might actually get up early enough, probably next week, to do a proper review on this. You never know. Please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below. Hope you have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.